Okay, so today we are going to see the exercise. Use the required field validator and range field validator. These are validation controls. Okay, so many validation controls are there, but just they have asked only two: required field and range field validator. Only these two they have asked. So we are going to do only these two. Okay. So file, then new project, then vb.net, select the project, give a name, then your solution explorer will get over, then right click, add, get open, right click, add a web form, isn't it? You're going to add a web form, add web form, and you're going to design the form. Then you're going to add only two validation controls, required field and range field validation. Okay, just two they have asked, right? So right click, add web form. Okay, right click, add web form. Okay, since it is validation controls, which is required field and range field, I gave the title of the project as validation controls. Now my form will get open. Now I will switch to the design mode. See, this page language, this and all will be defaultly there. You need not by heart, isn't it? In observation note you have written this, but this and all will be already there. Okay, this page load will be already there. You need not by heart. Just switch to design. Automatically whatever you design, drag and drop, it will get into this source. For example, I want some username now, so manually I will write username, okay, and password. So username, for that I need one text box, right? I will design the form. I will write one text box. Okay, see, now in the source code or whatever I designed, it would have come. See, I typed username, it got typed. Then I gave some space, so this is non-breakable space. We can give as many space as you want. Then I dragged one text box, so one text box came here, isn't it? If I remove this text box from here, this source code, or in design also it will get removed. See, no text box. Again, if I want text box, either I can drop from toolbox in the design form, or here also I can drag in source code. Here below this username I need a text box, so I will drag here one text box. See, this is text box 1. Okay, in design also one text box would have come. So this is the connection between the design and the source. Okay, now I'll place the pointer here. I again place one enter key, and I'll write here manually password. If I want, I can place a label and right click and edit that label. Okay, or else manually also I can write. That is not an issue. Now I want another text box. So again, if this toolbox is not available, go to the view option. From there you can get toolbox, one text box. Now drag this text box here. Okay, now see, in the source another text box would have come. So till now I have written one username. After that one text box I have placed, dragged. Then I have written password. Then again one text box 2 I have dragged. So see, this code automatically came. This code you need not by heart. If you remember the design form, whatever you design, automatically it will come in this source code, in this source. Oh, this is the source, one text. Okay, and this is the design. Okay, now I want another one field like age. Okay, another one text box. So again I will drag one text box here, and I will bring it here in front of age. So 3 text box would have come in source. Yes, 3 text box, text box 3, text box 2, text box 1, 1, 2, 3 text box. It's I. Okay, design I have 3 text box. Okay, now I'll place the validation, because our title is required field validation. So where is validation? Search in the tail box. It will be in alphabetical order. So V, validation will be down. So see this small triangle, just click it, it will expand. Now required field validator, drag required field validator and place here. Okay, so first we'll see required field validator. First what we need to do is, first I will change the color. 3 things I need to do: change the color, error message, then control to validate. So first I will change the color. First I will select this, it will get highlighted. Wherever your mouse pointer can be, wherever, but as soon as you drag from toolbox and place here, it will get highlighted. If not, you select this, it will get highlighted. Then right click this required field validator and properties, go to required field validator properties, then change its error message. Its error message can be username cannot be blank, or username can't be blank, or fill username. Whatever error message you want, you can place. Then yes, 4 color. You can change this error message, red color, yes color. Then very important thing, how will it know that it should display a message that user cannot be blank, username cannot be blank, under which text box? How it will know? Okay, this required field validator, it will display to the user that this username cannot be blank. How it will know which text box, whether text box 1 or text box 2 or text box 3, which control to validate, you should select. So for that, you need to, after giving error message and 4 color, go to the property of required field validator and search for control to validate. Very important one, this one, control to validate. And see this arrow mark, select here which control. You have three text box 1 or text box 2 or text box 3. First text box, isn't it? Because username cannot be blank, should be displaced when first text box is empty. That is, the username text box is empty. So first text box. Okay. Now first text box, it should control I have selected. Okay, three things I have done. I dragged it and dropped it here, then changed to properties, and when I change to properties, I change the error message red color, then text box 1 I have changed it. These three things you should do it. Okay. Now for here also this password cannot be blank. So required field validator only, we'll see required field validator. As soon as you drag, three things you need to do. Right click. First you change the properties control to validate. This error message should display when which control is blank, which control it should validate, which text box 2, password text box. This text box 2 is password text box. How I am saying, see, highlight, this is text box 2 is password text box, and place pointer in the text box, it will show here text box 1. See above, this is text box 1, this is text box 2, this is text box 3. If you want, you can change the name also. Okay, right click, change the name from text, right click, change the name. See, change its name text box 3 to whatever text box, age text box or phone text box, or if you don't want to change also, but remember which text box. Okay, so I'll repeat again. Right click, properties, control to validate. Okay, control to validate, select which text box it should display the message, text box 2, and here you need to change the error message as password cannot be blank, password can't be blank. Then if you want, you can change the fore color, red color. Three things you need to do. Okay, so this is the required field validator. Now we will see required field validator. These three things you should do here. Okay, now we will see range. Range will be only for age, date of birth, or number. So for range field validator, drag and drop range field validator here. Drag in front of the text box, which text box you want to display this range, in front of this age text box or text box of age. Okay, right click this range field validator, properties. First, as soon as you can change error message, age should be between, age be between or greater than 18 and less than 20. You can give any error message. Control to validate, which control? Text box 1 or 2 or 3 or text box 3, because text box 3 is age text box. So this text box should validate. Okay, text box 3. Okay, control to validate I have selected. Another important thing here in range is you need to give maximum and minimum value, because you have given your error messages, it should be greater than 18 and less than 20. So maximum value will be 20. It should not be more than that, and minimum value will be 18, whatever you gave. You can give maximum, minimum value and error message accordingly. So age must be between 18 to 20 only. So maximum is 20 and minimum is 20. Okay, this minimum value, maximum value you should give. Then another important feature is here integer, you need to change something. Integer, yes, type, it is an integer because age is an integer. So integer. Okay, so range field validator, what and all you should do is, very important thing is error message. Of course, by looking at the error message, you can give maximum and minimum value. Minimum and maximum value we can give. Then very important thing is type. Select the type as integer. Okay, and then if you want, you can change the color also. The error message will be displayed in which color. If you want, you can display this blue color. Okay, that's all. And after that, after placing, so this is the required field validator, this also required field validator, this is the range. Range will be applicable only to age, date, and all those things. Now very important thing is, before running the program, do one change in web.config, otherwise output will not come. Web.config file, double click this, and here under configuration, place a pointer, please enter. Okay, and add one small coding, app setting. Here, or just remember app setting will come automatically. Close the angle bracket, automatically its ending tag will come. Now in between this app setting, pointer is flashing, right? Just press enter and write one line of code, which is here. Again one small add will come, then key, yes, key will come, add key will come, add key, and inside this you need to write, what you need to write? You need to write validation settings. Okay, you need to by heart this, validation settings. Okay, validation settings colon obtrusive. Okay, validation, you can have V caps. validation setting colon obtrusive. You need to by heart this unobtrusive validation mode. Unobtrusive. Okay. Unobtrusive. Unobtrusive mode. Isn't it? You need to by heart that. Unobtrusive validation mode. Unobtrusive validation. Unobtrusive validation mode. Validation mode value is equal to none. Validation mode. Then value is equal to null. Then value is equal to none. Let me check whether it's correct or not. Yes, you need to remember this by heart, this, otherwise output will not come. Add key is equal to validation settings. Validation settings. S will come. Validation settings colon unobtrusive validation mode. Space will not come. Validation mode. Then value is equal to null within the quotes. Validation is equal to null. None. Okay. Validation mode. First one arrow mark will come here. Arrow mark, not one double quotation. Okay. Validation setting unobtrusive validation mode. One quotes. Then value is equal to none. Another one code. Then have an ending tag after none. Here you need to close the tag. Okay. Here the tag will be like this way. Value is equal to none. Close the tag. Okay, as soon as you close the tag, automatically ending tag of add will come. That's okay. Automatically ending tag of add will come. Now see if any error is there. Add. Yes, already add one ending tag is there. Then why we need this tag? It's just wherever error is there, remove that error. Value we can have small v. Okay, small v. Remember this line of code. Just under configuration, just one app setting tag, you're going to write one line of code. Add key is equal to validation within double quotes. Validation settings v capital S capital colon unobtrusive validation mode within double quotes. Then space small value small v none double quotes. Close this. Then close the add tag. That's all. This line you should remember inside this app setting, and that app setting is inside this configuration. That's all. Now run. Now go to the web form and press run button. If all the values are correct, then it will get submitted successfully. If not, if you are leaving the page as blank, it will show you the validation. Okay, see, username cannot be blank. Then age, it should be between 18 to 20. If I give 12, it will give me the range validator. It should be between the range 18 to 20. That's why its name is range validator. So you should give the range correctly. Within the range you should give. 19 can work. Then range validator won't be displayed. And if I type here password, then passwords will not get displayed. If I type anything here, it will not get displayed here. Okay. So if you want password not to be displayed, we can change little settings. Okay. So if you keep this blank, it will show me the validator that it cannot be blank, this cannot be blank. And range validator you should give within the range. If I give 70, it is not outside the range. It is not inside the range. So range validator. So like this, output will come. This is the required field validator. This is also required field validator, and this is the range field validator. Okay. The important thing is we need to place one button also, and in one button double click, just one line of coding I wrote. Response.write is equal to successfully submitted. That's all. One button alone you need to remember. Okay, just drag and drop button here. And for password, in this text box, come to this text box of password. Just right click the text box property and change its text mode. Something text mode to text mode. Change its text mode to password. Then dot will display. Just right click of the text box property, change the text mode of the text box 3 to password. Okay, change the password. Now when the user types password, dot will display. Password will not get displayed. Okay, this button you don't forget this button. I'll show you once again. Just drag one button here, place it. Okay, just right click, change its name to as done or copy or okay. And so text will change. Just I right click that button and I change its name. Right click that button, properties, and change the text. Automatically text from button will get to change to okay. Now double click that button. Double click and write one line of code. Response dot write is equal to success. Okay, within double quotes give success. Okay, then semicolon. Okay, that's all. So okay, just I drag one button, and inside that button